Hello and welcome to the Sweet 16 in the World Series of Moisturizers. Let's play ball. Really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. I will never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos, so if you want to help support the channel, check out nobsbeauty.com or click on the Amazon link below. So, I tried to find a cute little baseball jersey type thing to wear for it, but I don't know, they were all like 80 bucks. So, I'll find a baseball hat or I'll find something before the end of it. Yes, so, okay, so we're going to eliminate 8 more tonight. And I've kind of already showed you all the textures of these. So for the next elimination, I'll get a little bit more in depth. But this round, I just want to cut off 8 of them. And to be honest, every single matchup, instantly I knew which one I liked better. So I will be a little bit honest. There were a couple that were made me think a little bit more than the other ones. Most of them were like instantly I knew. This was one of them where I was like, you know what, they both have a lot going for them. The Sweet Chef Superfood Moisturizer is a lot cheaper. It's half the price, and it has a lot less fragrance in it. However, I'm not a huge fan of the jar packaging, and it does have lavender oil, which I know a lot of people don't mind. Some people don't like it. The Ceramidin formula does have some fragrance in it as well. However, it is packaged in a tube, which I love because this tube I've been working off and on for like 5 or 6 months, and I don't feel like I need to hurry up and use the whole thing. Versus with the Sweet Chef, I've been using it every day trying to finish it off because I know like the last half of the jar will be bad. So to be honest, they both do have a little bit of fragrance in them. One's packaged a lot better, but one's a lot more affordable. However, the Dr. Jart Ceramidin Cream just does some great things to my skin when it's super dry, and in wintertime it does some great things. Ceramides aren't at the very top of the list. They're towards the end of the bottom, but there are a lot of hydrating ingredients in it. So for that reason, I am announcing that the Ceramidin Cream won this round. Although this was one of the closer matchups, the Protini and Lala Cream is probably the closer one. So, okay, so the next one is the Laniege Cica Sleeping Mask and the Cosrx All-in-One Advanced Snail Repair Cream. Both are jar packaged. Both are around similar price, $24-ish, $25, just depending on where you pick it up. I think the Laniege, you have to pick them up from the Korean site because I don't think the U.S. Brand sites have the Cica Sleeping Mask, which in my opinion is the favorite of the sleeping masks. But to be honest, the Snail Cream does amazing things for my skin overnight. And I get questions a lot. What would you recommend? I had somebody who had a question. Her daughter was going on Accutane, and she wanted some suggestions for moisturizers. And the Cosrx, I told her to have her daughter use it at night because it does great things for acne, for dry skin. It helps exfoliate skin. It helps prevent breakouts. It helps clear up breakups. It helps kind of clear scarring, and it also soothes the skin and also hydrates it a lot. So that was one that I recommend her to use at night. And the e.l.f. Super Hydrate Moisturizer is the other one I recommended her use during the daytime with another serum. But to be honest, the Cosrx hands down has to win this one because I just love it. I like the Laniege a lot, but you know what? The Cosrx is one that's been in my routine for a long time, and one that if I ran out and didn't have a backup, I would not be happy about that situation. If I ran out of the Laniege, I'd be okay. But if I ran out of this one, I'd be in hot water. So, Cosrx goes on to the next round. This next showdown kind of surprised me because I really like the Boscia Chia Seed Moisturizer. It's super thick, but so is the GlamGlow Omega Rich Moisturizer. What do they call it? MoistureTrip? MoistureTrip, yeah. Both of them are super thick. Both of them are jar packaged. Both of them are a little bit more pricey. The GlamGlow, I think, is a little bit more expensive than the Boscia. But both of these are fragrance-free, super hydrating. They can do great things for dry skin. And in the wintertime, I can probably say I'm going to be using both of these. And it actually surprised me when I thought about it a little bit longer. I picked the GlamGlow, which kind of surprised me. I'm not sure how it will fare in the next round because in the next round I think I'm going to factor in some of the cruelty-free price, some things like that a little bit deeper. So that could hurt it in the future. It could strike out because of that, but I guess we'll find out. So GlamGlow won this with a walk. They walked or something. I don't know. They walked and they scored the last run and won.
Walk-off home run.
A walk-off home run. Okay. So, the next round is the Tula and the Derma E moisturizers. And it came to my attention that I was pointing out that the Derma E did have a little bit of fragrance in it, which I thought was from witch hazel and the pycnogenol. And a subscriber pointed out that she had contacted Derma E because she noticed the fragrance but couldn't really identify it on the ingredient list. And Derma E told her they accidentally left off lavender oil off the ingredient list, which to me is like, how do you accidentally do that? And by this production, wouldn't they add that in to the ingredient list when they noticed it? Or like send an email to everyone that bought it or something? Or like do something to tell us all? So I'm a little bit disappointed in that. So I think that will certainly affect them in the future coming rounds because of that, because this round goes to Derma E. It just has more going for it. It's got some good peptides that matrixyl and arginine, which are really good, can really do great things for deep wrinkles. A lot of peptides can like show instant plumpness, but some of those really good peptides can work, if you use them a lot, can really work to reverse things. It's actually been shown in PubMed and actual real studies. I'm still angry with them about that lavender, though, because some people are allergic to things and want to avoid things, and when you don't have it on the ingredient list, that's a huge thing. So what can I say? Maybe that means like their best player is like out because they started a fight or something for the next round. They're like at a disadvantage. That's what I'm gonna say, because they're like catcher is like out for like hitting somebody for the next round. So keep that in mind. In the next setup, they're gonna be going against, I think, the winner of the next one. So just keep in mind that their best player is on the bench. That's what they are. They're benched. Okay. So keep that in mind, and I will too. I'll remember that. Okay, so next round is the Kiehl's Pure Vitality Renewing Cream and the e.l.f. Super Hydrate Moisturizer. And I love the e.l.f. moisturizer. I hate the jar packaging. It's got such a jelly texture to it. So it's not like a lot of creams where you open up and everything's exposed to air. It kind of like settles. So it's like the top layer is exposed to air. So if you kind of, I don't know, I just keep digging into the side of it, thinking that little part that I'm doing isn't exposed to air and like degrading. And the Kiehl's is a jar package, but they've got the airless technology, which is unique. And so, to be honest, the Kiehl's just has too much fragrance in it. It has a robust formula to it, but the e.l.f. is just kind of like, this pure jelly little jar, baby jar of just good stuff. And I love it. I don't like the packaging. I wish they would change that. But for the price, for $12, you can't go wrong. And it's full of good stuff. Squalane, niacinamide, some good hydration ingredients. So this one, for the price, I mean, this is $12. I think this one's like $65. I mean, so for this jar, you could buy like 5 of the e.l.f.'s. Or close to that. You could buy like a lot of these for the price of this. And this formula is great. And I love the jelly texture. It's just unlike anything else. So this round went to e.l.f. pretty handily. Okay, so next round is the Acure Radically Rejuvenating Whipped Cream and the Clinique Moisture Surge. And the Clinique is great. It's got a really nice silky texture to it, but it's got some good antioxidants and good ingredients in there, but a lot of it is kind of a slip ingredient. And then we've got the unfortunate jar packaging and the price of about $40 for the 1 ounce size, and the Acure is half of that price. And it's a tube packaging. And the formula is spot on. It's full of good peptides if you're looking for some good peptides, some good hydrating ingredients in it. And both these are fragrance-free, which is nice. But overall, the packaging for the Acure is much better. It's got a little bit more of a formula that really helps dry skin, although I really like the Clinique. And it was a close call. And the Acure had a surprise home run at the very end of the game. No, they had a full house. No, not a full house. Like when the 3 batters go. This is bad. I do watch Grand Slam. I do watch baseball. I've been to a ton of baseball games. So this is sad. But the Acure wins this round pretty easily. And it's kind of shocking, but it's a good product and I really like it. Although if you have oily or acne prone skin, the Clinique texture. You know what, to be honest, there's not really, all these things do offer different things. So there's really not a best thing. It's just my favorite, I think, out of everything. So I don't know, everything works different for everybody. So there's really not a best thing. There can be scientifically things that are proven to be a little bit better than one or the other. But sometimes you're comparing apples and oranges with different formulas and things based on vitamin C or antioxidants and peptide. I mean, it is a little bit comparing apples to oranges, but the Acure wins that round. Okay. So this comes down to the tough one, which was two of my favorite moisturizers, the Protini and the Lala cream. And I really wanted to make it a tie, but I guess baseball, there's no ties. And you can't really have a tie because my thing wouldn't end up working out in the end if I did a tie. Like the mathematics of it, I thought maybe I should do a tie and then have each of these compete against the next one. And it's like, well, that screws up all the bracket and the little animation thing we did. So that's why I just had to pick one. And I picked the one I go through faster. I go through more of it. I find myself using it more often, and that's the Protini. Although I love both. This winter, Lala will become a very good friend of mine because my skin gets super dry in Minnesota. But overall, the Protini, even when my skin's super dry, I'll still be using the Protini. I'll just add the Lala on. It's not like all summer I can use the Lala and add the Protini. The Protini is like the thing that gets me by every single day, and I use it in usually my morning and evening routines. So the Protini won because I just love it. So that is that round. That was hard to do. Really hard because I love both. And the last round, the winner of this will go on to fight the Protini. And this round is the Paula's Choice Omega Complex Moisturizer against the Sunday Riley Tidal Brightening Enzyme Water Cream. And I love both. I've been using the Sunday Riley Tidal a lot longer than the Paula's Choice Omega Cream. And the Omega Cream has a very creamy texture, which is good for dry skin, while the Sunday Riley Tidal is kind of a watery gel texture to it, which sinks in pretty quickly. So if you have oily skin or normal skin, you're probably going to like the Tidal better. The Tidal's got some good enzymes in there, some good skin brightening ingredients. However, it's a little bit pricey, and it's jar packaged, which means like the arbutin and some of those good enzymes degrade every time you open it up. Especially the ones that help brighten your skin, those degrade with exposure to light and air. Especially the air, it degrades it. And the Paula's Choice Omega is kind of more about hydrating, kind of building the blocks of the skin with those good omega moisturizing ingredients. And overall, it's packaged better. It's almost half the price. And it's got a really good, thorough, complex ingredient list. So this round went to the Paula's Choice. This one was another one that was a little bit hard to decide, but overall, to be honest, after I did this review, this one went right back on my countertop, and this one sat on my shelf for 3 days before I moved it back to my countertop. Right there, I think, says it all. That's when I decided this one had to win. It went right back on my countertop, and the Sunday Riley didn't. So that's why it won. Okay, so we are done with the Sweet 16. Tomorrow there will be 8 left. And I'll be getting a little bit more in depth, and I'll be going a little bit more to the Sarah score. Basics of it. So we'll have a winner shortly, and hopefully the other team that was losing a lot wins, so the World Series goes on a little bit longer to match my videos. If they lose tonight, then I guess my videos will be like a little bit late, but whatever. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and thank you so much.